G'day, this is Len Redden back from LPR Toolmakers. I'm just going to show you a new product we just developed. This is a mini parting tool system, just like the professional ones, but only 2mm thick blade with replacement tips. The little blade goes inside a block, fits in there, and a little tip slides straight in the end there, just fits in there like that, and once you take a cut, the wedge is down in there and it can't release itself. And we only use high quality American carbide inserts. Now this is a little mini lathe, and one of these are already mounted on here, and I'm just going to show you about the centre height. One of the very most important things about parting off is getting your centre height. You have to have your insert smack bang right on the middle, on the centre height. You'll see a little nib come up there. Now I'm going to take a small cut here. You'll actually see this happen. It's absolutely important, especially little machines like these, because they're not as rigid as what the bigger machines are. This is only 12 inches between centres, or 300mm. One more taper in the tail stock and a little 3-inch chuck. You can part off a lot faster than you normally can, so this has got a little variable speed. We'll take about 20 thou off the front, just to make sure that we're on the centre height. And this is always the best way to get your centre height on when you do normal cutting or parting off. Not a little bit up, not a little bit down, it's got to be absolutely spot on. So as you can see, as we're getting on there, it's cutting off it nice and neatly, and that last little bit comes out, and that little bit in the middle just will fall off. There it goes there now. Right, so there's a little weeny nib still there, but that's pretty well smack bang on centre height. And you can't really allow yourself to be up or down, so make sure before you actually start cutting, and you should do that all the time anyhow, whether you're turning or you're parting off, always make sure, it's very important, that you're right smack bang on your centre height. Now your normal high speed steel holder, which this one here is, I'm going to show you how this works as well. This is cobalt 1/2 inch, and it's been sharpened, so it's nice and sharp. So I'm going to show you the difference, how they both work. Now this, going back onto this one here, we'll take just a little cut. If you want to put a little bit of cutting oil on it, you can. As you can see, it's coming off, gliding off really nice. And that's what we want to do. When I part off, I actually don't like going all the way to the very end, because that's normally where you do your damage to your inserts or to your high-speed steel blade. So it doesn't really hurt. Just to keep on taking it off, and as you can see it straight over the top there, you can see it coming off. Right. Just leave a little bit in there, and you can either break it off or you can use a hacksaw or something like that. I'll attempt to take it all the way off so we can see what's going on. But even where it is now, it's a good time for you to just do, where you can see that, just take your hacksaw and chop it off. But we'll take this right off, because it should be right. Cut quite nice. Just take it easy, especially right at that very end there. Take it nice and slow. Right. Very important that your machine gives another real nice and tight here. Right, you can feel it. Just don't let it go all the way in. I'd probably, there it is there, it's just fallen off. Right. Okay, so that's just part of that off, about 10 thou thick. So you can see how nice they part off. And I'll quickly show you the difference between this one and the other one. So we'll take that off. So that fits in the tool holder nice and neatly. If you have a standard 4-way tool post, which this machine comes with somewhere, doesn't matter. If you've got a 4-way tool post, you just got to set it up and make sure that you use a bit of shim and you set it up right on centre. Now this has been preset as well. We'll put this in. Right, like I said, this is cobalt. Now that is far too fast for high speed steel, so we've got to go down a bit in speed, right? People do make a mistake about parting off, they tend to go too slow, so we just bring it up a little bit more. But because we're using high speed steel, we have to always use coolant. Chatter, making a noise, it's cutting, working, but it's a lot harder. It's just stopped and slipped. That's because the little machine's not that really strong, is it? Coming off, but you haven't got that freeness that you have with the carbide. Now I definitely wouldn't part this right off. I just take it in so far, and I'll take the little knob off later on after it's been cut off. That will save breakage. A lot of people break their tool that last little bit. This is smack bang on the centre, so it's very important that it's smack bang on the centre. So I won't go any further than that. I'll just take my little hacksaw here and just cut the cut. And that's just cut off, and then you can go back in here with your tool. And we can part that last little bit off. Lost its centre height a little bit, this machine. The only trouble with these little variable speed machines, they're never stable. But as you can see, there's a difference between parting off with that and parting off with this tool holder here. Now, as I say with these, we get these in all different sizes, but your centre height, your machine might be a very small one. We'll have between here and the tip of that tip there could be 8mm. We have them also the blocks in 10mm and also 12mm. We also carry bigger holders, exactly the same as these, but bigger blades. We have 26mm blades and 32mm blades for really big machines. Only way to part off, without a doubt, and they work really well. But as I said, the most important ingredient is to get your centre heights. Alright, you can go to our website, lprtoolmakers.com.au, and you can see more about these. Thanks very much.